Record. Everybody, welcome to Mindfulness Monday. We are lucky enough to be joined by Vivian Hermes. She is a certified mindfulness facilitator that will lead us through this exercise. Um, Jenny will be laying the seats back, so be aware of that. And then you want to tell them about the sky.
Yeah, so we've scripted that right at the beginning of the mindful practice, the sun will set over in the west in the planetarium here. West is on your right-hand side. And then the stars you see above you over the course of the next half hour will be the actual stars that are going to be over your head tonight from sunset to sunrise. Unfortunately, because of the light pollution in Greater Los Angeles, you won't be able to see many of the stars that I will be showing you, but they are up there. If you do want to see lots of stars, the Mojave Desert's fabulous. Just saying. Anyway, let me grab the door. Started.
So, welcome everybody, and please enjoy Mindfulness Monday. Vivian, thank you very much.
Thank you all for joining. I'm so happy to be here with you again. And as you take your seat, I want us to just take a moment first to stretch. So we'll be working with stillness today, but in order to kind of ready our bodies, I invite us to do some stretching. So wherever you are, however you're positioned right now, just stretching first your hands, opening up the webbing, and if it's helpful, pressing, interlocking your fingers so that you can kind of press into the webbing of your fingers and then maybe even stretch them out as it's comfortable, and then opening them up a little further and then releasing, letting them relax, maybe even stretching them up over your head without pushing any of your joints out of their sockets. So really allowing your shoulders to stay in their sockets, but then at the same time stretching them out. It doesn't have to look completely straight, but really what's comfortable for you. And then doing the same with the feet by stretching them out, allowing the pressure in your hips to release and expanding by opening up those joints by pressing into your heels. Imagine these are your heels and your feet and stretching them out, and then pointing your toes. Maybe if you can create that space between the toes in the same way you were creating space in between your fingers, and allowing them to relax. Now from here, taking a couple of deep yet comfortable breaths in and out. So we breathe in, if it's available to you, through the nose, and exhaling out with a sigh. And your exhaled sigh might be longer or shorter than mine. Doing that a couple of times on your own. And then once you're ready, letting your breath go to its natural rhythm just as it is. But with each breath, allowing the body on that exhale to sink a little deeper, release a little bit of the tension, unwind. And whenever you feel ready, beginning to investigate and noticing the physical sensations of where you feel you're being supported. Maybe this is noted with where your body is making contact with the chair. Maybe it's at the upper legs against the seat, or your sitting bones pressing into the chair, the lower back, or maybe the upper back, maybe the back of the head. See if you can bring attention to whatever area of the body that's calling out to you. So it might be your feet or your hands. Whatever area you might be noticing, see if you can create tension in that area. So if it's at the feet, maybe scrunching your toes and releasing, or if it's in your hands, maybe clenching them and releasing, or maybe it's at the stomach and you clench and you release, maybe at the shoulders, clenching and then releasing. Maybe at the eyes or at the mouth. Like any area that you can feel pretty clearly, because they're all equally good. And these periods of silence are just an opportunity for you to explore the prompt I offered. Sometimes we need to experience and experiment with different contact points. So, circle through a couple and see which one you feel the most strongly. And as you're feeling into it, you can always use labeling, which is one aspect, one tool that we use in mindfulness to help us stick to our contact point or the thing that's the center of our focus. And with this, because we want to feel into that area, you can use the simple label of feel. So as you offer your attention gently to that area, you can label that. You can remind yourself with the label of feel, feel, feel. Using a label in this way every 3 to 5 seconds or so might help enhance the experience of the sensation, keep your attention, or bring it back from wherever it may have wandered. Since mind wandering is definitely a part of our mindfulness practice. Feel, feel. And sometimes when we offer our attention to a contact point, um, the actual sensations stop being felt very strongly. The mind kind of loses its sense of interest or novelty in that area. And that's where our renewed focus on that area might be helpful. You can also move on to another part of the body that's calling your attention. That's fine too. But continuing with the labeling, feel. So as you direct your attention to the sensations at this contact point, see if you notice the qualities of the physical sensations. So you might experience pressure or temperature, or sometimes coolness or dampness. There might be tingling or throbbing or tension or vibration or movement. There's such a range of possibilities of physical sensations. Take a moment to notice what sort of qualities are in this contact point. So we're always aiming for the felt sense of that contact point. And the mind is going to want to tell stories around why this area of the body is presenting in this way, or the causes, or how to fix it, or uh, about the practice in general. See if you can stay with the body's physical sensations. These are actually all ways of the mind trying to remove you from the actual felt sense. They're all ways of the mind trying to allow you to wander off. See if you can just guide that attention back into feeling that area of the body. And if at any point you begin to sense that that feeling is becoming very faint, or you're losing contact with the physical sensations, see if you can create some tension and release in that area. So, again, maybe stiffening it and then releasing it, letting it go, noticing the contrast in that area. These few moments of silence are meant to show your survival brain that you're grounded, stable, and relatively safe in this moment. You can assess if that actually feels true, or am I on the way of feeling grounded, stable, and safe? For this time, there's nothing to do, nowhere else to go, allowing the body to be, allowing the mind to settle, and hopefully to rebuild that bridge between the mind and the body. Feel, feel, At this point, see if you can connect with the sensation of breathing. You might be connecting with the breath in a particular part of the body, or you might just be feeling the whole body breathing in and breathing out. Either way, it's okay. You can use labels here as well. So, breathing in, I'm aware that this is my in breath. In, breathing out, I'm aware that this is my out breath. Out, in, out. And if you want to invite more relaxation into the body, see if you can extend the out breath. And if you want to energize the body, see if you can extend the in breath. Take note of what you need and what you want to do, and then apply it. In, out. Notice where the mind is. Has it stayed with the in and out breath or the contact point sensation? Has it wandered? Wherever you find it, see if you can draw it back to notice your whole body. Begin to ask yourself and notice if anything at all has shifted. So there's really a range of possibilities. Either the body has become more agitated, it's stayed the same as when you started, or it's become more relaxed or less agitated, or maybe something else has moved in. Maybe you've become more sleepy or more alert. How's the body doing? And what about the mind? So, offering your attention to where you experience mind. A lot of us experience mind in our head, in that area behind our eyebrows, above our ears. Checking into the mind and noticing, does it feel more distracted or more focused? Is it settled or is it agitated? And finally, checking into the emotions or any feelings that might be here right now. So, from a perspective of mindfulness, there is no wrong physical sensation, there's no wrong emotion, and there's no wrong mind state. There's only that which is here. Obviously, there are ones that we prefer over others. Some that we prefer are more pleasant, and usually the unpleasant ones are ones that we don't prefer. The practice is one of noticing all of them to the best of our ability with some openness and curiosity, and really just being there for ourselves. And now, if you're ready, I invite you to begin in the same way that we began, to begin to stretch, but doing your best to maintain some of your awareness with your body parts. So, not stretching mindlessly, but beginning to shift and move and stretch in whatever way feels comfortable. Activating your head and neck, opening your eyes if they were closed. So, seeing and moving and identifying what's in the room. That's a really important aspect of feeling safe and secure. So, taking in the space that you're in and offering yourself a bit of gratitude for taking this time for yourself. Just allowing yourself to unplug for a bit so that you can actually be recharged for the rest of your day. I want to thank you all for joining, and I hope you benefited from this practice. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, everybody, for coming to Mindfulness Monday. We will be doing this again next Monday. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you very much, Vivian. Have a great rest of your week, okay?
Thank you, you as well. Take
All
care,
right.
all.
Bye-bye.